Oh, hi, my name is Kevin, and if you are like me, you absolutely love the Lake City area, and you've probably been traveling there for many years. I go back to 1977, the summer that Elvis died, and I was 12 years old, and that was my first trip to Lake City, and I stayed at Vickers Dude Ranch, and it just changed my whole world coming from the Los Angeles area. But on the map here, you can see Lake City's up at the top here. You can see Lake San Cristobal down here at the bottom. And then halfway between the two is the Vickers Dude Ranch. There's the Vickers Dude Ranch, the ponds at the Vickers Dude Ranch. And in 2005, Perk Vickers sold me this 20-acre mining claim. It's called the Belle of St. Louis at the top, the 10 acres at the top. And the bottom is called the Empire Lode. But that property, surrounded by Bureau of Land Management, had no road to it. So 2005, 2006, 2007, I applied to the Bureau of Land Management in Gunnison and got permission finally after surveying and civil engineering and got permission. And then I got Gene Brown to bulldoze a road, and I'll show you that in just a minute. But it's just a spectacular property. And one of the neatest things about, well, a couple things. One is it's close to town. It's only about 3 miles away. And while a lot of the property is very steep, crazy 4x4 road, which I don't think is that desirable, the bottom part, to get to the bottom part where there is currently a building site, you can go drive out there, check it out. You'll see there's a building site at the bottom. It's only two-wheel drive to get to the bottom. And the bottom here has really spectacular views overlooking the Vickers Dude Ranch and the whole valley and Round Top and Red Mountain. It's really spectacular. But for those who are, a little bit crazy in 4x4s, you can go all the way up these switchbacks to the Belle of St. Louis. And then from the Belle of St. Louis, it's a hike, a pretty serious hike, another 500 vertical feet climb up to get to this aspen forest at the top. And if you've ever been at the Vickers cookout Wednesday night, that's their little tables right there. And you know what a spectacular view that is. Let me show you. So from the Vickers cookout, which is up at the top of my property right there, okay, that's the benches. And this 20 acres goes up right near there. And that is, I think, the absolute, by far, most spectacular view of Lake San Cristobal is from the Vickers Cookout and from the top of this 20-acre property called the Belle of St. Louis, where, if you ever in the future found a way to get road access, which there is not now, you could have a spectacular cabin up there in the aspen forest with that view. In the meantime, let me go back and show you this. So that's the top there. Okay. And so, it's for the time being, it's going to be, hiking. And so it's basically going to look something like this, hiking up there. Maybe put a trail, maybe widen a little 2-foot wide switchback. You could take horses up there and during hunting season. And anyway, but down at the bottom, let me show you that. So you just go out the 149 and you pass the Packer Massacre turnoff street, which is right there. Okay, and the very next left, after you go around here, so there's the Packer Massacre turnoff. You just go around this little curve. The very next left, if you go too fast, you'll miss it, so slow down on the curve, is this little left. So you go up on this dirt road along here, and it's probably about a quarter mile to get to this driveway here. And when you get to this driveway here, you'll see there's this gray gravel driveway. You turn right, and you go up this little road, and it switches back. This is on Bureau of Land Management. This is not my property yet. But then when you get up to this spot, you keep driving up, you'll come to this switchback right about here, and you'll see an old sign, Finn, Finn, made out of wood. That's my last name. And then here's where I would recommend you just park here, and you'll see that there is a brand new, uh, uh, freshly bulldozed area here where an actual cabin could go in this little area. So check that out. Look at the views from that spot. If I find some video clips of that, I'll paste it to the end of this so you can see it. Um, Also, I do have a little video that shows going up this entire path. I'll put it at the very end of this video so that you can see what that looks like. It's pretty amazing, but I think it's pretty dangerous. I would never let someone inexperienced with 4x4s to go up that. So, if you bought this property, I've listed both for 195, and if you bought the property, um, you know, really, you know, I think you just want to build down here at the bottom. Now, talking about that, there's not really going to be a well. I don't think it makes sense to take a risk on drilling 300 feet down and then not finding water. So a building here, a building site here, in my opinion, would be hauled water, solar panels for power. Cell reception there is exceptional. It's amazing. And then talk with your contractor about where the septic system could go in with the leach field. But that's basically it. And um, also, even though the 20 acres is listed for 195, if somebody really didn't want to pay that much for a building site, let me clear this. What you could do is just, I'll sell off the lower 10. This is the lower 10, and sell off the lower 10 for, like, 140, and then you could have you'd have a less expensive a building site, but it's 10 minutes to town. It's mostly paved 3 miles out to this turnoff. Since this is totally southern facing, you're probably going to have pretty clear roads most of the year. So, two-wheel drive access, which is ideal. Spectacular views. And let's see if there's anything else. I think that's it. There's no HOA or any kind of restrictions on that property. You won't have that kind of issue. And I think that's about it. So please talk to your agent and check it out. And it just breaks my heart to sell it. I was hoping to keep it and build a cabin on it, but I'm in California and I don't get out to Colorado now once every 2 or 3 years, so it just doesn't make sense for me anymore. But if you are a real estate agent watching this, I did structure it so that the selling agent representing the buyer will get 10% of this deal. So it's a 15% listing agreement. 5% goes to the listing broker, 10% goes to the selling broker. If you have any questions, talk to your broker. Thank you so much.